Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy DMPSpeaks, and let me say it again. Welcome to Speak Out Loud Radio Show on Fire 716 Radio. Listen, you do not want to miss this topic today. It's going to be great. But if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am a empowerment motivational speaker. I'm also a self-esteem and confidence coach. And I also work with families on connecting them back to their parents, guardians, to their children. I believe family is everything, and I'm also a board certified Christian counselor. So I am on here to not only inspire you or to motivate you, I want to empower you that what we talk about every week, that you make some change and you stick with that change. You make better decisions and you stick with that decision. Even if that decision is not the greatest and you found out it's not the greatest, that you will find a way to make it right, to make that decision right. So today, I want to talk about something that is very, very interesting. This has nothing to do with going into 2023. This has nothing to do with anything like that. Are y'all ready for the topic? Yeah, we ready. Okay, I hear you. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about energy wasters. Straight up and down. Energy wasters. Let me ask y'all this. How do you define an energy waster? And do you know any energy wasters? I know that's a little tight, Frank, because that's something that people don't really want to talk about. You're like, oh, energy wasters. Why this today, DMP Speaks? You're supposed to be motivational and inspiring. I am. Because I'm trying to help you get away from some energy wasters. Let's be honest. Let's get into this. In general, people can drain your energy. Now, some people don't like to use the word energy like my generation uses it, but I'm going to say why it's so important. Because energy has always been in the world. Energy is how you get up in the morning. We call it strength. We call it perseverance. We call it resilience. But you need energy. And sometimes if you are around a certain person or persons, or you associate with a certain person or persons, and their energy is off, they can drain you. They can absolutely suck the living energy all out of you and away from you. They can be so toxic that they'll start making you feel there's something wrong with you. Let's just keep it real today. This is a real segment. This segment is for somebody that's going to be honest with themselves, because they are around people that have been wasting their energy. And I hate to say this, but I don't. I'm just gonna I feel as my pastor said, I feel like a little prophetic push today. You got to stop being around energy wasters. And sometimes those people are not just friends and co-workers. Some of those people are your friends, your best friends. Some of those people are your family. There are people in your family right now that you love and adore, but they waste your energy. My goodness gracious, I sound like my mom. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You could be around somebody right now that you love to be around, they're good for you, but at times they can drain you. Sometimes we could put our energy into these people, and not only is it totally wasting our time, but it's wasting our efforts. It's wasting our thoughts. It's making us make decisions that we're not ready to make at this time. We're making situations harder or worse because of these energy wasters. Because sometimes energy wasters They say certain things to you that sound good but are not good for you. Now, I'm going to let that just breathe. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. There are people in your life that are energy wasters, because we have defined it in my way, that will waste your time. They'll tell you to do certain things, thinking that it's good for you, but it's not good for you, but you just go along with it, right? And they put you, and they start taking that energy that you have for other things, more important things, not saying that they're not important, but there are certain things that you are doing and in conversations that you should not be in. That is wasting your energy. See, we could put our time into people that we love, but that drain us from being the best person that we can be. Mm-hmm. I'll say that again because I don't think anybody's hearing me. We could be around people right now that waste so much of our time and our effort and our brain cells that we can't even function on the level that we're supposed to be at. Listen, you cannot afford to allow people to continue to waste your time or your energy anymore. Again, this has nothing to do with 2023. 2023 is going to take care of itself. My question to you is, are you ready? Or are you allowing this energy waster to keep you in 2022? Let's be honest. Even though all of us that are living and breathing, living in 2022, our minds are not even here because we have wasted so much time with these energy wasters that we are so focused on what everybody else is doing, what their mama doing, what their boyfriend is doing, gossiping, wasting valuable time that we could be putting in our business, that we can be putting into our marriages, that we can fix our finances and budgetize our way to the top, wherever that top is for our life. But we're not there yet. Let's keep this thing real, because everybody's not going to like what I say this afternoon, and that's okay. Right. But we have to be able to have this energy to put in good places. See, your energy is stored for you. Let me say this again. Your energy is stored for you to become the greatest person that you can be on this earth. And you are working toward it. But at times, you have people that you just allow to come back into your life. And I'm not even just talking about a platonic relationship with your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. It could be some people in your life, an old friend that just keeps doing the same thing, talking about the same situations and not going anywhere. And we can't afford that anymore. We cannot afford to allow this to continue to happen. But if you're putting your time in the wrong person, into the wrong people, let's be honest, that time that you have put into that person, you can't get that time back. Time keeps going. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Time keeps going and energy wasted. If you're around the wrong people, that time is not being used in the correct way. If you're around the wrong people, that energy is wasted. And not only is your energy wasted, that time is wasted. That time that you can't get back. That time that was allowed for you to get yourself together. You know what energy wasters do? Let me give you a definition. Let me give you some examples of an energy waster. An energy waster is someone that always got something to say about somebody else and what they're doing, but they're not doing crap. Somebody that always got something to say about somebody else's relationship and they're single. Oh, I'm sorry. Frank, forgive me, bro. Sorry. Energy wasters are always talking about somebody's finances and what they should be doing with their money, but they don't have any. Oh, I'll give you another one since you don't get it. It's always somebody else talking about somebody else's ministry and they haven't even started theirs because they're afraid. At least you stepped out. Maybe it's not the perfect way right now, but you've done something. You started, you took a step. Maybe the business is not where it should be, but somebody telling you how to run a business, they don't even have one. So we have to be very careful who we listen to, that we allow into our space. Your space has to be sacred. Your mental space, your relational space, who you spend time with, your spiritual space, right? Your conversational space. You have to be careful that you don't give it to the wrong person, which could be the energy waster. Energy wasters can drain you, like I said, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. They can even drain you physically and spiritually. So I want to break this down really, really, really quick. Mentally, some of us have believed their lies. Oh man, you ain't gotta love her like that. You ain't gotta do all those things in the house. You don't have to cook and clean, man. She the woman. She's supposed to do that. She's supposed to do this. But then that energy waster, if you look at their relationship or their marriage, it's not what it should be, because he won't subject himself to love his wife enough to do something that touches her heart. It's not always just about just sexing it up with your significant other. If I could be transparent, well, I've had a long day the other day. She's a teacher. Shout out to my wife, one of the best teachers I ever met in my life. She came home, but I knew that she just needed the house to be a certain way. So what did I usually do? I washed the dishes, I washed the clothes, I made the bed, I swept a little bit. That's just what I do. I love what I do, right? So when she came in the house, I had put her blankets, because she she's a lady, so she wanted to be comfortable. I put her clothes out. My wife started crying. I said, "What in the world? What are you crying for?" And she said, "This is so special." I said, "Why is this so special?" And I asked her, I said, "This is what I do any day." She said, "Babe, today was just so hard today." And she said, "You took upon yourself to do this for me." And she won't even let me go, bro. I'm over trying to make her food. I said, "Babe, just go." And she won't even let me go. Mm-hmm. But I did have somebody to tell me, "Bro, why you doing all this? You ain't got to do all that, man. You the man." See, when you really the man, you do those things. Okay, that's a whole nother situation for another day. I'll leave it alone. I see Big Frank looking at me like, keep going, I'm gonna keep going. But mentally, some of you are believing other people's lives. Listen, they're wasting your time. Yeah. They're wasting your opportunities. They're about to get you in trouble. They're making you think negatively. You're missing on the promises and opportunities. You're missing on great wealth because you have wasted your time and energy with the wrong person. Emotionally, someone has extracted your energy to make you believe the lies, and they are taking the focus off of your next level. See, energy wasters, just like you ever heard misery loves company. Well, energy wasters love company because they want you to do the same thing that they're doing, so they can be palatable. They can be with someone as like-mindedness, have like-mindedness, as them. So they lazy. I saw like my father. Oh my God, they're good for nothing. Oh my God, I'm old school. I'm giving y'all a little old school today. But they are just people that drain you emotionally, right? And you're working toward that next level, whatever that next level, because everybody's next level is different. And that's okay because you're a unique person, right? And you need to be able to live and celebrate in your uniqueness. But with energy wasters, they don't want to see you succeed. They don't want you to do better than them, even if you guys are on the same level playing field. They don't want you to do better than them. They just want you to be where they are, and that's at the bottom. But you were not designed to be at the bottom. Here's another thing. Spiritually, they can drain you and not allow you to believe that miracles can happen. Yeah. No, I'm not trying to preach you, but this is just what it is. We're all spirit beings, having no faith, no hope, right? No resilience to believe that there's something better for you. Now, you got to be able to believe this, but it's hard to believe something if somebody's always in your ear and they're draining you. So you have no more energy to give away to anybody. And then your purpose. Oh, if you are not in your purpose and you're around the energy wasters, I feel sorry for you, because that is their tactic. Again, they see a lot of times they see your purpose and they don't want you to get there because they're not there. They don't want to see you succeed because they're not succeeding. They don't want you to have the marriage that you're supposed to have because they don't. And they're draining you. So my question is to you, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Because at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you. Here's the thing, and I want to pause. We're almost done, but I want to hear from you. Guys, I want you to call on air. I want you to call 716-371-1903, extension 1. This is Speak Out Loud radio show on Power. And this is a power, this fire, 716 radio. Call 716-371-1903, extension 1. I want to hear from you. I gave you this power. I gave you this information. What do you feel about it? Everybody might feel, well, it's hard, DMP Speaks. It's hard to get away from that energy waster because that's my sister. I ain't saying you got to throw them away, but maybe it might be time for you to disconnect for a while. You know how you have to turn your phone off so you can get some self-care, but maybe you need to turn that energy waste off so you can get to where you need to get to that next plateau, that next level in your mind, in your spiritual walk, in your relationship. Because we all have, I had to be careful. I had an energy waste. I have had some energy wasters. I've had energy wasters in relationships before I met my wife. I've had boys that were energy wasters. I've had people that I have went to church with, energy wasters. I've had co-workers that were energy wasters. It's all that it comes down to a decision, everyone. It really comes down to that decision. What do you want? Really, what do you want out of your life? You want to keep wasting time? Now, I will say this. This is the last month of 2022. We got two more weeks, whole nother year. So we oh my God, we put a lot of time and effort into New Year's resolutions. What am I going to do in 2023? And that sounds great. You should be preparing. But the year is not over yet.
Right.
So my question is, are you going to keep believing and allow them to keep talking to your ear about wasting time? I'll say this too. I feel this now. The young men that I work with, a lot of them are on probation. I talk to them about energy wasters. They don't understand, but I put it in a different way. People that you associate with that are wasting your time. You know, a lot of times they say, well, I don't have anybody else. This is just who I grew up with and he was there. That's fine. That's good. I'm not saying you got to throw them away, right? But I tell them, I said, in order for you to get to the next level of your life, to be a different person, you might have to take a break. You might not be able to answer the phone calls. You might not be able to answer their text messages. You might not be able to hit the club and do all this stuff because the things that you did with them before, got you in jail, got you in trouble like you are now. And I want to like kind of say this to you people as well. Sometimes it's one of the hardest things that you have to do. Sometimes in order for you to move forward, you got to take off some weight. You got to just take a break from that person or persons. Not saying that you're better than anybody, but you want this next level so bad that you're not going to allow that energy waster or wasters to waste any more of your time. Mm-hmm. You've already suffered. You've already been damaged, and now you're starting to recover. You got to take some time away. You got to really take some time away from energy wasters. They're going to be there. They really are. They're going to be there. But now it's time for you to move forward in your life. That's what it's going to take. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, you got to remove those energy wasters. Because they mean you're no good. Mm-hmm. Even if it's a close family member. Love them, but love them from a distance for a while. Because if they're not helping you be better, if they're not helping you grow and mature, if they're not helping you become the best version that you can be, the choice is up to you. This is DMPSpeaks. We talked about energy wasters. Aren't you tired of wasting time? If you're tired of wasting time, let's make a change today. Let's do it today. Let's not wait to December 31st or January 1st. Let's make the change today. So all on my social media platforms right now and on this radio show, if you're ready to make a change, please go to all my social media accounts and click on I am DMPSpeaks and let me help you, because all it takes is just an opportunity. All it takes is just one choice, one thought, one decision to say, I don't want to keep wasting my time. I want my time to work for me. I want what I'm working on to work for me. Right. And all you got to do is just make that change. Let's go get it, y'all.